Hello students, welcome to my channel. In this class, I am going to teach you congruence modulo relation. Congruence modulo subgroup. Uh, First, let us proceed for definition of a congruence modulo subgroup. Congruence modulo subgroup. Let H be a subgroup of the group G. Now for all A comma B belongs to G, any two elements we are chosen from G, A is said to be congruent to B modulo H, and this can be symbolized mathematically. A congruence to B mod H, we can write in this way: if and only if A into B inverse belongs to H. So this is called congruence modulo subgroup. Here now we are taking, here you see we are taking two elements from G. A is said to be congruent to B modulo H. Then mathematically we can symbolize this, provided if and only if AB inverse belongs to H. So now our aim is to establish this relation is an equivalence relation. So prove that the relation A congruence to B mod H is an equivalence relation. So we will prove this. In order to prove this is an equivalence relation, we have to prove the relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. We have to prove the properties of equivalence relation: reflexivity, symmetric and transitive. So now let us proceed to prove one by one. First we can write, in order to prove A congruence to B mod H is an equivalence relation. Let us verify the properties of equivalence relation. So we have to verify the properties of a equivalence relation one by one. First, reflexivity. Here we have to show that A is related to A for all A belongs to G. Let A belongs to G. Then E belongs to G. Also E belongs to H, as H is a subgroup of a G. Obviously the identity element will be same. Now E is equal to A into A inverse belongs to H. So we can write A into A inverse belongs to H, implies E congruence to A mod H. So this shows that the relation is reflexive. The relation is a reflexive relation. So here let A belongs to G. Now obviously the identity element belongs to G and H because H is a subgroup of G. We can write E is equal to A into A inverse belongs to H. That means A into A inverse belongs to H. So we can write A congruence to A mod H. This shows that the relation is a reflexive relation. Then symmetry. Let A comma B belongs to G be two elements and A congruence to B mod H. So we are choosing now two elements from G and A congruence to B mod H. We have to show the relation is a symmetric relation, means we have to show B congruence to A mod H. So this implies a B inverse belongs to H by definition of a congruence. Now a B inverse, that means inverse of a B inverse belongs to H by inverse axiom. Now this is B inverse, A inverse belongs to H by reversal law. So this implies BA inverse belongs to H as inverse of a B inverse is equal to B. This implies B congruence to A mod H. So this shows that the relation is a symmetric relation. So here what we have done, we have chosen two elements from G with the property A congruence to B mod H. Then a B inverse belongs to H by definition of a congruence modular relation. Inverse of a B inverse belongs to H by inverse H because H is a subgroup of G, so it is a group. Definitely the inverse property is also satisfied by the elements of H. Now a B inverse, that means inverse of a B inverse is B inverse by reversal law, because we know X Y inverse is equal to Y inverse X inverse. So this is called reversal law. XY inverse is equal to Y inverse X inverse. So this implies B A inverse belongs to X as B inverse of inverse is equal to B. So B congruence to A mod H. This so that the relation is a symmetric relation. Now let us proceed for transitivity. Let A, B, C belongs to G such that A congruent to B mod H and A B congruent to C mod H. This implies a B inverse belongs to H and BC inverse belongs to H by a definition. So now we are having two elements. A B inverse, BC inverse belongs to H. So this implies a B inverse, BC inverse belongs to H by a closure axiom. Because if XY belongs to H implies XY belongs to H by a closure property, we know it, because H is a subgroup of G, so is itself a group. So therefore, now a B inverse is an element of H, BC inverse is an element of H. Obviously, their multiplication will be inside H. This implies A B inverse B into C inverse belongs to H by associative axiom. Now A, this is E, C inverse belongs to H by a inverse axiom. So we can replace B inverse B by E. Now this is equal to A C inverse belongs to H by identity. So AC inverse belongs to H. So we can write A congruent to C mod H. So this shows that this shows that the relation is a transitive relation. So we have proved the relation is reflexive, symmetric, and a transitive relation. Hence, the given relation is an equivalence relation. Hence, the given relation is an equivalence relation. Because A congruent to B mod H is reflexive, symmetric, and a transitive. So that is why it is an equivalence relation. With this, the topic for this class is completed. I will meet you in my next class with a new topic. Till then, goodbye.